What is up, closers? Am I live? Just gonna quickly do a check to see if I'm indeed live. What is up? Closers, am I live? Check to see if I'm indeed. Very good. I am live. So if you're watching this live right now, give me a hashtag live in the comments. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. So Facebook has a new interface and I need to know how can I see your comments and where is everything. Okay. So let's go through announcements first. If this is the first time you are watching my work, I can see Jimmy is live. I'm going to leave a comment in the chat about these Thursdays master class on the influencer attraction system. Okay, so if you are a closer, you want to close full time and you're unable to find the right influencer, the right sales teams, okay, this coming Thursday, I will be doing a masterclass called the Influencer Attraction System. If you check the pinned comments, you will see, just head over to seansena.com/influencer. That's seansena.com/influencer. And you will be directed to, okay, now I see your comments. Wonderful. So look at the pinned comments and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, the first hour will be streamed live in our Facebook group. Okay, the first hour will be streamed live in our Facebook group. And if you want to get the whole thing so that by Christmas this year, you don't have to deal with unqualified teams anymore. You don't have to deal with low quality influencers anymore. You don't have to circle around being on the sidelines, doing what all the other generic closers are doing and have no idea how to build this career so that you can happily, confidently, consistently close. Okay, the whole thing is going to be $97 and you can see the entire details in that link, seansena.com/influencer. Okay, so you get lifetime access to the replays, so you can study them again and again to make sure that you have got all the pillars dialed in, and anytime you have questions, you can post it in my community, our community, seansena.live. Okay, or you can just message your questions directly to me. So let me know if the message is clear. And now we're going to go through announcements. So shout out to my student, Andrew from Malaysia. He most recently joined his dream team and he's starting as an appointment setter, but mark my words, in less than 3 months, he's going to graduate either into a leadership manager position or he's going to be closing. Okay, and this is a full-time position. He does not have a job. He has resigned from his job. He has kissed his 9 to 5 goodbye because he no longer believes in that definition of stability. His new definition of stability is what he can control with his lifestyle and with his skill set. Okay, and that takes balls, that takes courage. So shout out and huge snaps to Andrew, who has hit his KPI of booking 6 calls a day, which by the way is extremely difficult to do, especially if you're just starting out. Okay, so very well done by Andrew, and shout out to Alisa, okay, who landed her influencer while studying my training. Okay, so snaps for Alisa, very well done. And finally, Elaine, one of my top students, who landed an opportunity with a Chinese influencer. Okay, this is just moments, hours after I had a conversation with her. And I told her to set that intention. And shortly after that, you see, these things that are happening, it's no longer a coincidence. It's no longer luck because there is a system that I've known for the last 3, 4 years. Because I've been able to do it every single time. And now that I'm teaching this to my students, it's extremely gratifying. I don't even know what is the word to describe it, but it's fulfilling, it's rewarding, it is satisfying as I see my students go from stuck. You have no idea how stuck and fearful my students were in the beginning because, like you, they have been through all the sales trainings, closer programs after closer programs, and it boggles me why all these students, when they complete their program and they meet me, the first question they ask me is for a job. Hey, I am not the job guy. Okay, and the second question they ask is, how can I find influencer? And then I will always clarify, like, what closer program do you hail from and why do they not teach these things? So it really boggles me, and I've decided to solve this problem once and for all, okay, by teaching you on Thursday my influencer attraction system, the same system that Elaine used to consistently attract better and better influencers, the same system that Andrew used to attract his current 8-figure influencer. There are more than 30 people in the team. Okay, it's the same formula that my student Jack from Hong Kong has attracted his dream influencer. These influencers are different from the ones that you have gone in and out of because these influencers, they already close for themselves. They successfully close for themselves. Their team are already closing for themselves, which means that by the time you join, you don't have to do like manual labor. You don't have to sit like back and wait for them to fix their funnel. You know, you don't have to settle their emails. You don't have to do all those laborious stuff and sit and wait because their funnel is not dialed in. You understand what I'm saying? So these are teams that are ready to scale. These are teams that are ready for closers. These are teams that have their systems dialed in and they just need a top performing closer to come in and replace them or replace their old closers who aren't performing and continue the flow. Okay, so if you are a closer and you want to do this as a career, these are the influencers. These are the teams that you want to stay in, that you want to secure. And once you have a solid relationship with these top performing influencers, these top performing teams, and you can stay in this team because they are dialed in. Okay, they are dialed in. Their systems work. Their offer works. There is social proof. Their clients are getting results. Their funnels are working. And you can go, right? You are a winning horse. Your mindset is right where it needs to be. Your skill set is right where it needs to be. So you are dialed in. They are dialed in. This is what you need. Okay, these are the two main things for you to close full time. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of problems that these closers have is the teams are not dialed in, and you don't know how to help optimize their sales function. You don't know how to help strengthen their funnels. By right, okay, these opportunities, when you were on the interview, you should have qualified them well. You should have asked these qualification questions really thoroughly so that you don't go, yay, I found an influencer, yay, I've joined a team. And 2 weeks later, when we check in, the team is not working. The funnel is not working, and I am waiting, or I got released because I didn't perform. Okay, so to prevent these kind of things from happening, because you want to close full time, right? If you want to close full time, if your end goal is to close remotely full time, okay, type in the chat. Okay, give me a yes. Give me a caps. Caps everything. Okay, give me a hashtag yes if your end goal as a closer is to close full time so that you don't have to depend on a job anymore. So that you don't have to sit on the sidelines anymore as you see other businesses and closers scale and win. Okay, the formula that I will be teaching this Thursday in the masterclass. If you haven't seen the link, it's in the pinned comments, seansena.com/influencer. You can get access, lifetime access to the replays, okay, at $97. Okay, no more guesswork, no more dancing around. The formula is real simple, okay? It's 3 A's. Okay, I'm going to type it in the chat. Okay, ascend, attract, Ace. I can't type Ace because one of my friends is called Ace. Okay, ascend. What ascend means is you need to rise above. Rise above what? You see, if all the other closers are here, if you go to LinkedIn right now, LinkedIn, you do a search for high ticket closers, you will see 44,000 of closers wearing the same suit, saying the same things, having the same marketing assets. They all look and sound the same. All 44,000 closers are here. If you are the influencer, if you are the business owner, how do you know who's good and who you should hire? Right? So you need to rise above what every other closer is doing. If you are generic, okay, I don't know why closers are doing this, okay, but if you are generic in the sense where you are posting about your life, you're posting about food, you are sharing content that other people do, even when you comment, your comments are generic, you are commenting interested, and you are just lost in the sea of all these closers that do the same thing, sound the same way, generic. You don't stand out. Okay, imagine if all of us look the same and we apply to the same position. Who has the advantage? None of us has the advantage because we all look and sound the same. So my question to you is, what is your unique selling brand? What is your X factor? What is your unique selling angle that makes you unique, that makes you stand out and rise above and ascend beyond all the other closers? Because the first thing you need to do is you need to stand out. If you don't stand out, or you don't dare to stand out, because you don't have the confidence, whatever the reason is, at the end of the day, if you want a closing career, but you are afraid of expressing yourself to a public audience, you are not confident in creating quality work and putting yourself out there consistently. If this piece, this personal branding piece, is missing in your game, okay, it's very hard for you to get noticed. And if it is hard for you to get noticed, it's hard for you to build a network. If it's hard for you to build a network, it's hard for you to build relationships. If it's hard for you to build relationships, then how are you going to get your foot in the door of your dream sales team, of your dream businesses to partner with? So you need to stand out. You need to have the courage, the confidence to ascend. Okay, that is part one. The second part, once you have that brand, okay, once you have quality content going for yourself, you're able to position yourself as a star closer, not a generic closer. Okay, the next step is to build relationships. Okay, and that is what I mean when I say number 2, attract. Okay, give me a hashtag attract in the chat if you are following so far. If you are not clear, drop your questions in the chat. Okay, you want to attract and not chase. So what most closers do is they don't realize it, but they are in a state of chasing. Technique wise, they are doing what appears to be right. They are posting content, talking about their life, talking about their thoughts, right? We see that more and more these days. I wonder who started this trend. Uh, but what you say will always carry your real energy and your real intention. So it doesn't matter how intensely you post. It doesn't matter how intensely you comment. And I see closers that are intense. Comment, 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 comment. Every day, interested, 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 interested. Every day, post, 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 post. They're still not able to land their ideal quality sales opportunities. And my question to you is why? You see, if your state is I want, if your state is I need, is your state is I don't have, do you think that the influencers can't detect it? It doesn't matter how often you smile in your photos. It doesn't matter how intensely you comment interested. If you as a person, you are not in a state where you're attracting things to you just by your energy itself, even if the opportunity comes your way, your energy is still going to repel. Okay, all relationships are not built based on a state of needing or wanting or not having. Relationships that start from that kind of dynamics, they don't last because there's no foundation. What is the foundation of every relationship? Put it in the chat and share your thoughts with me. What do you think? Like relationship between closer and influencer. Okay, this relationship that you want to have, right? You want to be a top closer and you want to have a strong relationship with a top influencer, right? What do all relationships, what are they based on? It's not based on a state of I want, I need, right? All relationships, the strong ones, are based on giving first. Giving what? Giving value. Orbiting around your favorite influencer is not giving value. Messaging them, telling them that one of the links doesn't work, is not giving value. Hovering around their social media, that's not giving value. Tagging them in your post, that's not giving value. It's not significant. It does not solve anything significant. It does not add anything significant to their business. It does not optimize anything significant. This is what I teach my students, the SAO framework: solve, add, and optimize. In my messenger inbox, in any influencer's messenger inbox, it's easily hundreds of messages is right in there. So you hovering around there, it completely does not get their attention because they don't even have the time to check their phone. Their setter is checking the notifications. Their setter is checking the messages. So if what you have been doing hasn't been working, then you need to really take a step back and do a review and assess. I've done what my coaches told me to do. I'm commenting, I'm posting. I still don't have my ideal opportunities. This is why, because there's no solid relationship. Because all relationships are based on giving first. And to give, you need to give value. To give value, you need to solve, add, and optimize. To solve, add, and optimize, you need to have substance. Give me a hashtag substance in the chat if that makes sense. Without substance, you can post 3 times a day, 5 times a day. You can smile all you want. You can comment all you want. It does not get anyone's notice because nothing gets solved, nothing gets optimized, nothing gets added, right? So your next question is that, okay, fine, I'm new, I don't have substance. How do I build substance? You have to train. You have to build it. Okay, learning from videos is not going to build your substance. Okay, taking a 7 week program. Have you ever seen an athlete wanting to become champion? Have you ever seen a martial artist wanting to become a black belt or an instructor or a coach? And oh, all I have to do is to do a 7 week course. Which athlete does that? Which champion athlete becomes a champion by taking courses for 7 weeks? And okay, you know what? I'm a certified athlete. I'm a certified instructor. Where is the substance? You understand what I'm saying? The learning curve is not easy at all. And this is what I wish all the gurus would put this in their marketing, that the learning curve is wicked. This is a harsh learning environment. And the only way that you can build real substance, okay, is by failing forwards. Okay, failing forwards. And it's not failing forwards in a way where, okay, since Sean, you say I have to fail forwards, then in that sense, I'm just going to make a ton of mistakes and keep making mistakes. Yes and no. Okay? Yes, because if you are someone that you're able to catch the main points, you're able to capture the heart of matters, your ability to understand, like you're highly intelligent, you can just do this all the way by yourself. Okay? So yes, it is possible. But on the other hand, I have seen closers that are highly intelligent. Okay? Some of them even have PhDs. They're so intelligent, but they can't learn from their mistakes. So months go by, years go by, and they still stay stuck. Not because they are not smart, not because they can't make mistakes, but for whatever reason, they can't self-learn, right? They can't treat themselves. Okay? I am not smart. I was really fortunate that my first two influencers, okay, Carl and Mark, two different influencers, two different companies, they listened in to my calls. They would F me after every call, giving me brutal, harsh feedback. Sometimes they were nice, sometimes they were brutal, sometimes they gave me like bonuses, incentives, sometimes it was really harsh. And this process is mentorship. This process is not videos, it's not YouTube, it's not self-improvement. This is real education in the jungle. You die enough times to learn how to live. And that's where I got my substance from. I was not certified. Okay, I didn't focus on all those things. My certification came from results. My certification came from living in the jungle. My certification came from dying enough times to know how to play this game. With that experience, you post. Your content has substance. With that experience, you comment. Your comment has substance. Okay, which brings me to my third point, ACE. Once you're able to ascend from all the other generic closers, you're able to build real relationships because now people can see that, okay, when this closer appears, my stuff gets solved, my stuff gets optimized. I treasure this closer. I want to have this relationship with you. Then we talk about acing because now that you're in the teams, now that you're in your influencer's dream, you're in your dream team, just like my students, it's not enough. I always tell them because they go, yay, I'm in my team. I say, it's just the beginning. Great work. You've landed your dream influencer, but I always tell them it's just the beginning because tomorrow, next week, listen to this. If you don't hit your KPIs, okay, and I have had students that tried this before, they get into their dream team and then they disappear, they stop training, they start neglecting their paradigms, their energy, their foundation. 2 weeks later, I check in, they're fired. Why? They cannot, Because you yourself, you ask for an A plus team, right? You ask for an A plus influencer, right? You think it's easy being inside? Because a lot of you are like, oh, the teams are not qualified, the influencer is not qualified, like the gigs are not ideal. Hey, when you do get your A plus dream team influencer sales team, you think it's easy to be inside? Can you imagine the kind of stress that is required? Can you imagine the kind of performance levels that is required? And if you consistently don't hit your KPIs, you will be released without mercy. Even if you have a great relationship, even if your brand is wonderful. At the end of the day, when it comes to delivering the goods, getting on calls, having conversations, if you don't have the sales fitness, give me a hashtag sales fitness in the comments, then whatever you've done before that, no use. And there won't be consistency. So you need to ace, you need to perform. And when it comes to performing, 5% is the skills, because your influencer will train you or I will train you. Okay, if you have a how problem, you can just ask your manager. I have this objection, or I have this problem. They will have the how, right? They will have the tools. What is up? I see Dawn is on. Great to see you here. The how and the techniques are only 5%. Okay. If you have a technical problem, your sales manager can easily solve it for you. The 95% is your inner game. It's your confidence. Do you self-sabotage? Are you able to get out on time? When it's time to be in Messenger, when it's time to be on calls, are you present? When you are present, are you consistently at the top of your game? You're relaxed, you're clear-headed, there's no drama in your life, you can focus, and your numbers, because when you have the quality, the quantity will reflect that. Your numbers, your KPIs will reflect that inner game. And that's where a lot of closers fail. They get into teams, and 2-3 weeks later, they find a way to sabotage themselves out of the team because they can't hold their structure together. And the real reason that they can't continue the sales fitness is they don't have that self-belief. Without the self-belief, your body will always find a way to self-sabotage, and you know it. So based on these 3 A's, can you see that if you're able to ascend, that's your brand, you're able to attract, okay, let's have quality relationships with influencers where they come to you. Not you chase, not you need. They come to you because you can solve, add, and optimize things for them. You have real substance. And finally, once you're in the team, you're consistently able to perform. My 3 top influencers, okay, was always between 8 months to 2 years. Each time I got into my dream team, it was a long time where I done a lot of work in the team, got phenomenal results for the influencer. Then I left on good terms. I got a testimonial, I got a thank you letter or thank you video, and I put it in my portfolio, and now I'm ready to move on to my next influencer, where I can learn new things, where I can try out a different niche. Okay, but if I did not know, or if my students did not know how to ascend, attract, and ace, then I'm sorry to say, you have no career. And this is not about part-time or full-time. I want you to really write these 3 A's down: ascend, attract, and ace, and look at what you've written and ask yourself, these 3 pillars, after all I've done, all the videos I've watched, how would I rate myself upon 10 for these 3? Because be real, if you want to have a full-time career, you want a 6-figure life, you need to have a 6-figure work ethic. You need these 3 pillars to be completely dialed in. If you're missing just one of any of these, I'm sorry to say, but you will have no career. Because you can't join teams, or you join, you can't stay. You stay, you can't perform. Okay, I don't know how to separate and differentiate yourself to attract better and better teams. Then all you can do is sit back, watch videos, comment, and hope. Hope that one day with time, somehow, somewhere in the imaginary future, things will get better. Okay, hoping and wishing is not a strategy. Winning comes with systems. Every top performing athlete doesn't depend on luck. Okay, luck comes at the very end, after they create their own luck by having the right systems in place, the right identity. Okay, so these are not words that you should be throwing around like mindset, strategy. Like these are real things that should be in your calendar. You know, your Google Calendar. These are things that should be in your schedule. These are things that you should be doing daily. Then and only then you have a six-figure life. Then and only then you can be a six-figure closer, and then and only then you can have your six-figure results. The results come at the very, very end. Once you've beat the learning curve, once your identity is dialed in, once your inner game is there, once your three pillars, attract, ascend, ace, are there, at the very end, then you have your gold medal. Then you have your commissions. It comes all the way at the end. All the way at the end. Okay, you need control over your routines, your identity, your schedule. But what most closers do is they ignore this, they skip this, and they only see the money. Okay, I want to end today's live with a story. If you want to hear the story, give me a hashtag story in the comments, and this will really hit the message home. Once there was a closer. He told me, hey, do you have a job? And I'm like, is this what your program teach you, to ask people for jobs? And I said, fine, are you here to close part-time, or are you here to close full-time? And he says, I'm here to close. And I can't do it full-time. And I said, why? And he said, a lot of these opportunities, these companies, they expect me to give them 8 to 12 hours a day. And I said, yeah. Like, you ask any business, the first year, you go speak to any entrepreneur, the first year, the first 6 months of them starting their business, they don't sleep. Do you agree with me? They don't sleep, they don't eat well. Any entrepreneur, the first 6 months to a year, it's the toughest. No sleep, everything doesn't work. We're burnt out, we're wearing so many hats. It's not even 8 hours, it's a 24/7, 365. It is a sacrifice. Okay, but guess what this closer said to me? He said, I got into this business, as in I got into closing, for the time and money freedom. If you want me to give 8 to 12 hours, then I can't do it. When I saw the message, I just archived the message and I stopped replying. Okay, there are closers like that are not willing to make the sacrifice, and they just want the things to drop from the sky. Okay, these are the 7-week closes. These are the part-time closes. Okay, now I know that you are not like that, because your story is different. Your story is, I'm willing to put in the hard work. That's why you have watched my video until now. Your story is, if I don't do this, if I go back to a job and I have to work hard for someone else, I might as well, create something for myself. If that's the case, you've already begun to embrace the identity of an entrepreneur. You've already begun to embrace the identity of, oh, I have to sacrifice my first 6 months, my first 12 months. I have to make the sacrifice. Your only problem is you lack the guidance. The theories that you have absorbed so far, they sound great, right? On paper, they sound great. The theories, the videos, on paper, they all sound great. But when you execute, there is a gap, true or false. It's easy for the coaches to tell you to do things. Oh, just go and do this. Just go and do that. My question to you is, have they walked the path that you're walking right now? Are they familiar with the darkness that you are in right now? Because the reality is, anyone can teach theory. When you execute, your subconscious, your paradigm, it needs to be on your side. When you make mistakes, when you are fearful, there needs to be a coach. Every top performer, every top athlete has a coach to watch your back, to review your videos, to coach you. This is the precise reason why my students, in their first month of training with me, a lot of them, both male and females, they cry. They cry in class. They break down. But outside, they are posting. Outside, they are commenting. Outside, they are smiling. Inside, they are dying. Because if they can't make this work, okay, then life is going to be hell for them. And it's not that they don't want it. They are hardworking. They have made the sacrifice. They paid for all these closer programs. And the coaching is just theory. The coaching is not personalized to their fears, their pain. Their coaches haven't walked what they want to do. So when they are in that maze, they're trying to pay out of the way out of the maze, but they can't walk out of the maze. But they don't have a proven way to shift that identity, to have that courage. You know what I'm saying? For a coach to guide and have their backs the way that it should be. The way that my influencers guided and supported me every step of the way. Otherwise, I'm not smart enough myself to be here. Okay, so if your way hasn't been working, and it has been weeks, if not months, try my way. Okay, have a taste of what my coaching is like. If you are not ready for my full program, okay, this Influencer Attraction Masterclass is a small way for you to test and experience what coaching with me is like. Head over to seana.com/influencer. I haven't even finished creating my slides for this masterclass, and my students are already booking calls, closing 4-figure deals in commissions, collecting 4 figures in commissions, joining teams, qualified teams, and I haven't even finished my masterclass. Okay, so that's all I have for you for today's live. If you're watching the replay or as you're listening to this, like insights, questions are flashing into your mind, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to comment. There are no stupid questions. Okay, there are no problems that can't be solved. Okay, the difference between me and all the other coaches that you have learned from is I am one of you. I'm no one special. I'm a skinny Asian Chinese guy from Singapore with no sales background. I didn't know how to do this. I don't even live in the States. I live in Singapore. If I can do it, if my students can do it, you can do it. Okay, but I need you to believe. I need you to have the courage. I need you to grow a pair of iron balls. Okay, and have faith in yourself that you can create something for yourself in this business, in this market. Okay, because the alternative is selling your time for money, which I know you are done walking that path. Okay, so if this video helped, let me know. Type in the comments, send your questions to me. Okay, once again, the link is seana.com/influencer. Register for the training. It's this Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. You will have, even if you can't make it live, you have lifelong access to the replay. Okay, and using this system itself, okay, you will be able to land your next quality qualified influencer. Okay, if you have fears, you have gaps in your execution, mindset, things like that, I am here. Okay, so no more fear. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. Send your comments, questions to me. Okay, and I will see you in my next live video. Have a good night, good day.